this is Toyin. Welcome back to my channel. So anyway, where are we? So the whole submission thing. Jonathan and Suzy both lose their jobs. Everybody in Daystar got quiet. I think that Jodi really thought that Jonathan will come crawling back to her, because as they are now, they don't really have any source of income like that. I hope they're able to start their own thing, their own ministry, because they've got so much traction on this that even my British Nigerian self have been following it avidly. It's not right. I hate bullying. I hate bullying in a platform that's supposed to be healing and helpful and loving and welcoming. So when it's like Christian bullying, it's worse. Do you know what I mean? That whole thing of, I don't even think you can call it bullying. What is going on like this is beyond bullying. It's just so awful. It's cultish behavior, telling somebody that they're God to them, just cutting them off at the knees, cutting off their livelihood, thinking that they're gonna, especially when institutions do that. That's what I feel the royal family has been doing to Harry and Meghan, is an institution that will cut you off, cut off your income if you don't submit to what they want you to do. And then they think that they have the power and you're going to come crawling back to them. And when that doesn't happen, then the alternative is a smear campaign, is to attack you. And which is what Jodi did to her own son. She started attacking Jonathan. She started attacking him publicly. She called this guy that I was initially following. And I think that because I was following him, because I thought he was I won't say a man of God, because I can't stand that term, because I feel like it's a term that Christians use to keep you under the thumb, because we are all men and women of God. If we're created in God's image, then we're all men and women of God. So which one is man of God, as in that's on that pedestal, and then you are here and the man of God is up there? That is done a lot. But this guy, Marcus Rogers, I was following him, and he's a turncoat. And I don't like people like that either. He initially heard about this scandal that was going on at Daystar. He was incensed by it. He was very upset, especially with the child abuse side of it. And he decided to give Jonathan and Suzy a voice on his platform, because he had quite a large platform. And then like the next week, he's there interviewing Jodi on her platform, which, okay, fine. You know, you get a balanced view, two sides of the story. That's great. But then it was the turncoatness of it all. And I was just wondering, because next thing you know, Jonathan is a snake. He is devious. He was secretly recording. When you went to meet Jonathan admitted that he was recording everything. And Jonathan hadn't recorded everything. We wouldn't believe him, because it would be his word against his mother's. It would be David against Goliath, and Goliath would win because David would have no evidence. So, and you have to think that how much of this stuff had been going on in the past before Jonathan had to start recording it. A lot must have happened in the past that we don't have evidence of in terms of recording. But then Jonathan was like, okay, do you know what? I'm going to try and capture this. And he got lucky and he was able to capture it. Like the 2 times that they tried to ambush him, he was able to capture them, telling them on themselves. So how Marcus Rogers, how this missed him, I do not know. But next thing you know, he's turncoat. He's decided that Jonathan and Suzy are the devil. Well, he didn't call them the devil, but he basically said that they're Suzy is Pontiphil's wife. I don't even know who that is. I'm not going to pretend to be like the most biblically learned person in the world, because I'm even trying to do the Bible in a year and I'm struggling. I think I did day 1 and I cut it off, but I'm, you know, so I don't know who Pontiphil's wife is, but I guess she might be somebody in the Bible who possibly cried wolf. Correct me if I'm wrong, but from that's what it seems to be implying and insinuating. It's like somebody who cried wolf, and you know, basically saying that Suzy is somebody that cries a lot, and it's all made up, like she cries on demand kind of thing, and it's not true, and and that they were still having a relationship with, you know, the accused, and after he'd been accused and so on and so forth. And they were like, yeah, well, because they told us that there was nothing in it. They told us that it was investigated thoroughly and there was nothing in it. So we didn't feel right about it, but we felt sort of like, okay, maybe because we're confused. And also we're in a cult. We're in a family cult where we're being beaten. We're being told, do this, submit all the time. And we just thought, okay, let's just let it go. Let peace reign. And Charles seems fine now. So, and then maybe all that noise is what made Pete even back off the child. That this child is a red zone. I can't go here anymore because I'm caught out. So the child is like now largely okay because Pete has left the child the F alone, you know? So everything seemed fine. So they were hanging out with them, you know, because, you know, they were told it was kind of okay to. And Marcus Lamb actually told them to. So anyway, the whole sorry thing is I don't follow Marcus Rogers anymore because, you know, it was just terrible. It was terrible the way he behaved. And then all these things that are coming out about Marcus Rogers himself. To me, I feel like he went to that Daystar. He saw the bright lights. Maybe they whispered some sweet sounds in his ear. You might get a show on this platform. We might make you mainstream. I don't know. But it was just weird. The about face was weird and it was quick. And it was drastic. So anyway, that leads us to where we are today. Jodi is attacking the Sun, attacking all the YouTubers, trying to use her big platform to silence everybody, threatening people with cease and desist and lawsuits and whatnot and whatnot. But this thing will not die a death. The best thing and what people want is for Jodi to step down, step back, and hand over Daystar to Jonathan. That's what people want. But too much has gone on to the point where I don't think that Jonathan is ever gonna get back on Daystar. Jonathan, I think that bridge is burned. In an ideal world, you would be back there, you'd be running the show. But I think that bridge is burned. The best thing I think that can happen is Joni Lamb should step back from Daystar. And if she insists on being with her husband, be with your husband. But there's nothing we can do about it now. The only thing worse than one divorce is two. So just ride off into the sunset with your husband, because before you take the whole ship down. And hand this over to your youngest daughter, Rebecca. Let Rebecca and her husband run the show. Under the caveat that Pete should be nowhere near Daystar anymore. Because he can't be seen to be benefiting from this very, very bad situation. And as for Jonathan and Suzy, I feel like you have enough momentum and enough noise and enough social media, social warrior, social support to be able to build your own thing. This is God telling you, go off and do your own thing, go off and build your own thing. And you can start it on YouTube. You have enough eyes and attention on this situation that you will probably meet the minimum required subscribers that some of us have been striving 5 years to get, and the minimum required views that some of us have been struggling 5 years to get, to be able to take off running. And before you know it, it will become something great from you. I know that you're used to this $1 billion organization, this $1 billion network, but that ship has sailed, mates. You know, I don't think that you're going to ever be able to get back into Daystar, because you I'm not blaming you, because I do the same thing, but you literally burnt the house down, you know, or tried to burn the house down, because I think about 20 broadcasters left Daystar. They have hundreds, but 20 left Daystar. And the ones remaining there, the false prophets, the TD Jakes and the Alstons, if they're there. I mean, TD Jakes is going through his own thing at the moment, so I don't think he's going to be there for much longer, to be honest. So start your own thing. Standing on 2 feet. God will see you through. God will help you out, and his will be done through you. And then also, Daystar did a racist thing to the unction if you go and check out Laura Lynn Tyler, Ohio for Freedom, or Freedom for Ohio, and The Unction, Pastor Ray from The Unction went to this Christian broadcasters conference thing, and Daystar tried to get the only black guy in the group kicked out. Clock that. So not only are you supporting child fiddlers, but you're also kind of racist. Not even kind of, you are racist as well. Because how come it's the only black guy that got told to leave, you know, leave the situation? It's very, very bad form. Very bad form. Wasn't watching you before, I never will now. It's a problematic platform. You have people like, is it RF Kennedy, that crazy one that's health ministry or health minister or health secretary for the United States, that didn't believe in vaccines but vaccinated all his own kids, and he speaks with a craggly voice. That guy, Rebecca was interviewing him. I mean, I suppose you go where the money is, but if you want to save this problematic platform, hand it over to Rebecca, let her run the show. And then maybe she'll do the right thing and bring Jonathan and Suzy back in to support her. But I don't think that Jonathan, just do your own thing. Do your own thing at this point. Anyway, that's that. I might come back and give you more on that. Might not. I'm not promising anything. See how I feel tomorrow. Until next time, bye.